Definitely. There's something about Upperhill School. He has just mentioned it, and I was going to ask that question. What strikes you when you think of an Upperhillian or an ex-Upperhill? How we grew up, and I want to say something. I left Upperhill 42 years ago, and most of you agree with what I'm about to say. Many of us came to know people's tribes in that world later. We never knew which tribe was which one. Am I talking to Upperhillians? Yes. We never got to know about us. And that is so powerful, so important.
My suggestion for this group, if you can pick one day in the week and make it our market day. On that day in the week, we tell each other what we are selling, what we are doing, and how we can support each other. That is what my suggestion would be.
Good health and given us life up to this day. We ask that you continue to be with us in this occasion. And the meal that is before us, we pray that you bless it and sanctify it, that we will enjoy having it, partaking of it, and sharing much more as we continue in this lovely gathering. We pray this in the name of your only begotten Son. Hallelujah. Thank you. Thank you.
So, all of you, you have expressed permission to take away the food in your stomach.
Make your choice of one.
I can give them the
Oh, this is wonderful. I count it a real privilege to take this time. On behalf of all of us who are previously from Upperhill, my team, who is a former colleague of mine, where I was working one time for quite a number of years, and we were in Upperhill also in the same school. So Majimbo, kwa nini watu
Mukiria. Mukiria.
No, but I didn't know you were talking.
Guys, I have to honor. Mukiria went to a different rally. He got confused. He told me the principal has come. It
looks like a principal.
Give us your name.
Okay, the incoming principal, right?
Gentlemen.
Okay. I'm so sorry for that question. My name is Frederick Majimbo. I went to Upperhill in 1979 to 1982 all levels. After that, I went to St. Peter's Mumias. Nguyo Karori was my classmate. Thank you so much. I have called, I've tried, we didn't have the social media the way we do today. So I believe we need to call them back. We need to call through that system and through the school so that they can invite all the members. But I'm encouraged by the fact that should this step that I have tried to pull out works, I will definitely tell you there will be a home within that house.
Amen.
And that the reason is what you know. And today if you were to hold a few days within Upperhill, just to sit there and talk to the young people who are in school, the impact that you will have upon the young men, it's way beyond what they study, what they will learn, and what they will ever go for throughout their life. And the encouragement is that you have seen it all, and now you can actually give it out freely. So for me, it's quite a joyous moment, and I would ask that we continue to pray for this, and also for my target, which I will tell you for sure, and I can say this without any fear of competition. I will form the summit from this. And the other thing is the seats within what I learned about the seats within the government. A government has over 100,000 seats that are given out every time there is a new government. So we have an opportunity, and we have not only for ourselves, but also for the future generation. So thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Politics can be emotive in a group, and it wasn't going well. And a suggestion was made that perhaps we form, those who are interested, form a political arm of our WhatsApp. So maybe, having listened to Mr. President, I would want to make a request with your permission that maybe he can form one and then send us links. Then we join there, those who are interested. So it becomes easier so that remains the political space in terms of, because definitely there's something about Upperhill School. He has just mentioned it, and I was going to ask that question. What strikes you when you think of an Upperhillian or an ex-Upperhill, how we grew up? And I want to say something. I left Upperhill 42 years ago, and most of you agree with what I'm about to say. Many of us came to know people's tribes in that world later. We never knew which tribe was which one. Am I talking to Upperhillians? We never got to know about us. That is so powerful, so important. So there's I thought maybe Mr. Guyo, maybe we could look at it that way later on. Then the next thing, the younger people, we want to know if there's an alumni association, we see how we can synergize and keep up from there. I see a young man here taking some videos, some pictures, and I do understand. Are you Upperhillian?
Yeah.
Okay. I do a lot of MC work across Africa. So if you need an MC in your events, Mukiria, over to you.
Thank you. I've been busy trying to manage and organize you guys. What are we, Zaki? You didn't tell me, what are we supposed to say?
What you do?
Or what I do?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wives are quite a number. But first of all,
come here.
First of all, I want to really appreciate the people who have really helped me as I was organizing this. One of them is Kimodo, and Kibare, and Zakile, of course, and Titi, who you've seen running around. And other people are Ragui and Anthony here. We've come here to Impala several times. Organizing such a thing, of course, you guys know, it's not easy. Yeah, so we've come here several times, and then when we cancel out, and then we have to postpone one. It's usually a big situation.
I would like us to assemble one more time. We had mentioned that we want to do another exercise at this stage. Remember, we now know each other and we have enjoyed getting to know each other even much more. But we need to add something extra. Amongst us, some of the people who have come out of Upperhill School, I believe many of you know, we have the likes of Dr. Frank Dega. Is that right?
Yes.
We have the likes of our former head boy, Philip Odera,
Yes.
who was once the group CEO of one of the major banks in the country, I think Stanbic Bank. We have the likes of the guy who is currently transforming Daystar University, Professor Laban Ayiro,
Yes.
amongst others. And we have you guys who are here, whose names will feature later. Are we together?
Yes.
And when we kick off from here, definitely we want to leave a mark. I was talking to Head Boy, and he just mentioned to me something very interesting, that across the nations, the leaders, I believe Muralbime and Guyo, you will agree with this, who have transformed nations, who have reached to the highest pinnacle of leadership, they began gelling from high school, like we are today. Why don't we appreciate ourselves? So with that, I think it's important that we start by just sharing what we do. You just never know how we can help each other and other generations. How this can be a major movement starting from here. How do you say a new beginning in French? Anybody read French? New beginning? Nouvelle something. Nouvelle what?
Nouvelle
Generation. No, nouvelle génération.
Nouvelle generation.
Nouvelle génération is a new generation. Sini kweli? Wale kwa nasema unyago shika zero. So start with myself for now. I am in the boda industry. I do boda business. It's a new thing, amongst others. But currently I'm focusing on boda spare parts and selling of boda motorbikes. Basically, that's what I've just begun after many things happened during COVID. We were all devastated. So I now began doing a network of selling motorbike spare parts. I have begun as an agent of Bajaj. Bajaj is currently the largest motorbike dealer in Africa. And others also we're discussing in Yamaha and Honda and others. So very quickly, let's start with the gentleman next to Mukiria. Start with you. What you do, very quickly. And it's being recorded. For those who came later, it will be featured on YouTube.
Okay. It will not be held against us. Once again, my name is Robert Moremi. I am in business. I presently an importer of bulk bitumen for road construction, clinker for cement production, and steel. So that is what I do. That is my business now. So,
okay, my name is Frederick Majimbo. I worked for Kenya Power for many years under Mr. Madenge, and also we worked with Mike and Ghana. These were my colleagues at Kenya Power. I left Kenya Power 8 years ago, and I'm a creative designer by profession. I run a company called Maxine Media Promotions, and we do consultancy. Thank you. Looks like I just spoke not too long ago. My name is Kenny Molo, and like I mentioned, I live in the United States. When I went to the UK, I did accounting, which I never used in my life. I went to the US, I realized you don't sit in the office, you get paid more money when you get your hands on. So I went to maritime school in San Francisco. I trained as a merchant marine. I have been working in Alaska as a commercial fisherman, doing salmon, pollock, and crab. And I worked my way up to an assistant captain on the ship. That was for 18.5 years. I retired, came back to Seattle, my hometown, and I worked for college in administration. I work for the dean of health sciences department. I'm a program project manager for the faculty, and I actually do the work from here. They don't know I'm in Kenya, but I work from here. So I can bring Tasca and coordinate. That's about it. The rest of it is a lot of history.
Patrick Ngana is my name. Mimi ni mwalimu.
Sensei.
Mimi mwalimu. I teach engineering subjects. I did mechanical engineering.
Volume.
I'm a mwalimu in the Institute of Energy Studies and Research, KPLC. I teach engineering subjects. Sasa mimi ni mtu wa mechanical engineering from Moi University. Asante sana, and I'm still teaching. So mambo ya KPLC, the issues letea za suluhisha tu, it doesn't matter where it is. Asante sana.
Once again, my name is Eutychus Radhambo. Currently, I grow vegetables, green vegetables, in plenty for local consumption. And you are welcome. I grow them in Juja estate. Yes. I can. I'm sure none of you here can beat me. There is a big field.
Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know why I was asked to switch, but my name is Michael Kibe. I work as a HR consultant. I have a group of companies that I'm consulting for. One of the most famous one is called Brawl Kenya. I also consult for Minet, and I'm also looking for any opportunities from any of you. I'm very good in representing HR issues in the industrial court. They know me. When they see me, we just win those cases. So if you have any, so if you are employing and there is an employee who is giving you problems, you don't have to look any further. Remember, the name is Kibe, Michael Kibe. Any HR issues, here is your man.
Which year were you in Upperhill?
76 to 81. I remember you coached me in Taekwondo.
Okay, I'm David Lukoe, extensive experience in media. I consult mostly on digital migration and digital strategy nowadays. That's what I do. 80, 81, from 5, from 6.
Mr. Presidente.
I don't know whether I would say my career right now is president. Aspiring to be. I will ask that you excuse me. I'm using the sunglasses. I've gotten did you call it? Photophobia, where the light is becoming too much. I don't know whether it is age, but I'm in the building industry. I diversified between design and building itself. So in between, I have Falcon Paints, where I manufacture paints. I've got Falcon Furniture, and I've got Falcon Interiors. I do interior designs, anything to do with living and human space. I manage your space. I will design and build it. So that is my line. Here in Upperhill, 7982. At the same time, aspiring to become the president. So whichever direction you look at it, you will. Thanks.
Good evening once again. For those who don't remember, my name is Njenga Onesimus. I'm an aviator. I studied aeronautical engineering. My main line is aircraft maintenance. I also fly. I worked a bit for Kenya Airways and other companies, but right now I'm running my own aircraft maintenance organization at Wilson Airport. So anybody aspiring, please come and see me. I'm also diversifying. Anybody, the farmers who are here, I'm in the process of purchasing a Boeing 777 freighter. So anybody who wants to do international freight work, see me. I am also the only certified aerospace welder in East and Central Africa. So anybody with needs for anybody with needs for special welding, and I mean exotic materials, titanium, aluminium, inconel, copper, magnesium, I'm also running that.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Mr. Guy.
Say again? Mr. Guy?
The chemistry he was
the chemistry Chinese. So that's what I do.
The company name in that.
My company name, sorry, is Rock Air Maintenance. Rock Air Maintenance at Wilson Airport. Yeah.
I'm engineer Michael Adiambo, and an electrical engineer. I was in Upperhill between 1975 and 1978. As an engineer, I worked briefly for the Ministry of Public Works for about 2 years, and then the remaining years at the Kenya Power and Lighting, reaching the level of projects manager. I'm now retired. I've done enough engineering for my life, and currently what I'm doing is I'm more or less involved in the money markets and investment sector, and that is what I do personally with a bit of farming in Moroni. In Moroni, that is in Western Kenya. I'm currently resident in Nairobi, and anywhere where you have any major projects that you'd want any consultancy at that level, I am your man. But currently, I'm more or less retired and more or less trying to avoid the heavy stress that goes into major project management. So like I said, I'm more or less in the money markets and investments. That's what I do to keep on running.
How many people of you know my name?
Cliff.
One.
Cliff Brown.
I've been working since I was 19 years old. So I started my job in 79. And it's just been security. And now I'm retired. I'm living in Manzoni and having a wonderful time. Karibu, Manzoni.
Which years?
I'm 75 to 78.
That's age. That's age.
Yeah.
No.
Good afternoon. When I started working, I think I started working maybe a year just before my brother started working. I worked for Doughty Honda when we had the Honda Civic and the big, nice Honda motorbikes. I worked for Car and General, motorbike section, outboard boat engines, cars as well. Then I went to Uganda in 1985, worked with a company called Interfreight Investments, which was run by a German. We had trucks going from Kenya, or rather Mombasa, to Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and even to Zaire. We had over 100 trucks, and I was in with the maintenance. They wanted me to stay on, but I got a better offering with Transami, also transport. I was in Mombasa with them for a few years, and then a few months, sorry, and I went back to Uganda. Left Uganda in 1999. My brother got me a job with East African Growers on Moi North Lake, where I was with Shalima, the vegetable people, East African Growers. From there, I moved to where I am now, where I've been there for now 22 years, and I look after the farm equipment and maintain all the equipment for them there. So, karibuni Naivasha.
Mjamboni tena. Jambo nzuri. Nitajaribu kuongea kwa Kiswahili lakini mimi si Mswahili. Upperhill 1977, no 1976-77. From there I went briefly I worked briefly as a UT somewhere, and from there I also went to the Poly a bit. Then I went to India for my undergrad. I came back, I was employed by the government, Ministry of Health. Then I was posted to NHIF, where I worked for 32 years. I'm actually an expert on what you call social health insurance. I consult on it once in a while. But currently I am a farmer, full-time farmer in Githunguri. You guys who can come for milk. Anybody who doesn't have milk, I have a lot of milk. Thank you. Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, free, for free. So you're welcome to Kiambu. I live in Kiambu. Thank you.
Upperhill class 75 recently. I have been in the tourism travel industry throughout, and I guess I'm retired now. COVID came and
travel was the first dictionary. So we have been thinking differently. But anyway, I don't believe in that. I'm finding myself a little lazy these days, but I'm working on an online consultancy because I've done a lot of consultancy work in the tourism area. So I want to expand it and do an online based business. So I'll let you guys know when that is happening. Thank you.
But then, okay, fine. Let me go to myself. After Upperhill, I went to Kenya Polytechnic where I did design. Then after that, I was involved in advertising, where we met in several ways with our head boy here, Mathenge. He was doing some stands, I was doing some others. As some people say that he won a lot of awards, I also won many of them. He was doing PLC, I was doing for other companies. After that, I went to South Africa to do consult in various design aspects. Then I came back, went to Strathmore Business School. I did my master's program, executive. And then I went to Nigeria also, where I did another program there in the same aspect of a business program. But okay, now let me zero down to what I do. I do interior design and construction. So I serve various clientele from residential.
Sauti kidogo kama usikii na ngule kusikia. My name is Paul Wanyama Haduli. I was in Upperhill from 76 to 81. From school I joined Barclays Bank. I worked for 35 years. Now I'm retired. I'm just enjoying my pension.
Yes, habari zenyu tena. David Kimoto is my name. Upperhill 1976 to 1981. That's the A level. From there, University of Nairobi. Then from there, personnel work at TSC, then Colgate, and then Regional Reach, then Kameme FM, which we founded, and K24. Basically, I've been in marketing and media, and marketing, media, and operations for over 20 years now. And currently, I'm involved in a TV station, online TV station called Three Stones TV, and I'm also consulting for a new FM radio station called Kayo FM. That's why I told you tomorrow, if you want to relax, with good country music, I'll play it for you. It will be on in the studio between 2 and 5 o'clock. Spinning the discs. Spinning the discs. What frequency? 91.0. 91.0. So remember to do that. So and well, let's check it. Fry.
Once again, good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here with you. My name is Anthony Juguna. I was in the class of 74 to 77 O levels, and thereafter I went for my A levels in a different school, and then I proceeded for my university. And after university, I was trained as an accountant. I worked for Kenya Railways for 15 years, where I rose from the position of assistant accountant in training up to the position of senior accountant. And 15 years later, I took early retirement. So I retired in 2002 at the age of 40. And I proceeded on to do my own business, and now I just do business. I am a farmer and real estate, and we run a school. So I am an educationist. So I am trying to carry on the good work of Upperhill School in the school that we are running called St. Nicholas School, which runs all the way from kindergarten all the way up to Form 4, and we also offer IGC. And maybe in the future we'll be able to offer university, but that is in the future, we don't know. Yes, so generally that is me. So you are all welcome, and I would wish for all of you to bring your children to St. Nicholas, not your children, your grandchildren, to St. Nicholas School, because it is a very high quality school. Yes, and very competent and very low cost, even though it is private.
Where is it?
On Gong Road. Right here. Yes. It's right on Gong Road. Yes, Kidaluma Road. You say Kimother knows it. And I know many of you know it. Many of you have had your children come to St. Nicholas School, and I'm very sure nobody has regretted, and nobody will regret. So I am continuing the good work of education and farming. Gadambo, we are doing farming with you, and yes, and real estate. Lakini hiyo ni biashara tu. Thank you very much.
Stephen Mwendwa Kiala, class of 92.
89.
No, 89 to 92. I left in 92. Right? And I went to St. Nicholas Kindergarten. And Gong Road. So this is good.
Hey, that is very good.
I have a neighbor. I'm from Gambani. So on my way to Makueni, I stopped by Mavoko. Yeah. What do I do? So I work with a company called Makam Image. We do coding and marking. So anything that is manufactured needs to have a production date, a batch number, and an expiry date. So the company manufactures the printers that help you do that. So I take care of the East Africa market together with Nigeria as a country. What else? I have a passion for dogs.
So do I.
Yeah, so I breed some dogs. So if you're interested in a dog, let me know. So that's what I do. We also grow mangoes, oranges, pixies, and tangerines for local market in Makueni. And I'll pick up on what Headboy said. My suggestion for this group, if you can pick one day in the week and make it our market day. On that day in the week, we tell each other what we are selling, what we are doing, and how we can support each other. That is what my suggestion would be. He's mentioned that he's in the process of bringing a big aircraft. He needs to fill that aircraft for him to make money. I am sure if we help him fill that aircraft, he will not refuse to pay us a commission. Isn't it? Those are the opportunities we are looking at. So thank you so much. I'll be leaving in the next 10 or so minutes. My wife is on my way to pick me up. So thank you so much. Enjoy the evening, and God bless you all.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, you want to leave?
No.
Oh, okay. Good evening, all. My name is Titus Thuo, alias TT, Amachina, Upperhill 74. I am a qualified certified accountant or an auditor, retired, been a civil servant to the level of a senior auditor in the Ministry of Finance, early retirement. I run family business. By profession, we are hoteliers, bar owners. My passion is farming. I farm in Loitoktok, I farm in Nyahururu, and I farm in
Molo. I am basically, I farm maize and beans, I farm road grass, and I farm trees. I know that sounds funny. I farm trees. You know, people think trees don't have money. They do have money. But I'll tell you one thing, and my young brother here, I was joking with him just now and telling him, do you see these wazes are sitting like this? Your wife is coming to pick you up. As our wives are not bothered where you are. They are not bothered. Ukisema nilitoka nyumbani ukasema boys day out. So because they know there's nobody who's going to get home at 2. By 1 o'clock you're all in the house. My dear brother, welcome to this group, and it is good when we share. What you said is very important. We are trying to come up with a concept of exports. But when we have somebody like you next to us, we feel more comfortable. I've tried horticulture, ikanichoma sababu ya bureaucracy ya airport, so I said to hell with it. But gentlemen, this is a joy. Once again, I'll repeat, this is a joy. It is not every day you get an opportunity to have schoolmates diverse in such fields. But let me tell you, this is a joy, and please, let's keep it up. I am promising, as my brother here at earlier said, he was inviting us to Mavoko. I'm inviting you all to Muranga, Muranga Hotels, Mbuzi Kwangu, accommodation Kwangu, if you promise to avail yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Macharia.
Hillians, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Hillians.
Good evening.
And again, I thank the Lord for giving us this opportunity. I thank Mukiria. Gary, where are you? Our head boy. Where's our head boy? Our head boy. He's still eating. And I thank our master of ceremonies. We were supposed to say what we do, eh? Okay. I went to the Upperhill school. I will not say because people here went to school when my parents were still what? Concepts. They are still laughing. And that's the reason I grew up to be what I am. So I will confess today that I went to 2 high schools. I went to the Upperhill school, and I went to another school called the Kanga High School. That one is without relevance over here. Yes, it's in South Nyanza, in Migori County. Now, that was that and dust. The thing that you people need to know about me is I'm a salesman. So all these things that you're making and selling and what I can sell. There are only 3 things that I will not sell. 1, human beings. 2, weapons. 3, drugs that are illegal and do not make the pharmaceutical industry. And if you need a salesman, here we go. There are only 3 things that I said I'm not going to sell. Number 1, number 2, number 3, of mass destruction or any destruction. Thank you, Upperhill.
My name is Rahoi Kamoni, Steve. Upperhill 7881. I was in tourism for the longest time. We did meet with Joe once in a while. But around 2014, I switched my career and I opened a garage. At the moment I'm operating a garage in Upperhill. And basically I repair vehicles and I sell tires. Mostly my clients also include Kenya Power, one of my clients, the government ministries, Kenya Police, AP, and the armed forces. Thank you.
afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
My name is Paul Maina. I used to be called Paul Maina in school. After I left school, I acquired another name called Mbue. That's my M-Pesa name and the official name. Otherwise, Upperhill I was from 76 to 81. And 82, I joined the insurance, Kenya National Insurance. And on 3rd May this year, I have clocked 40 years in the insurance industry. 40 years, that May this year.
In what?
Insurance industry. Yes. So currently I'm running an agency, my own agency. It's called Broadridge Insurance Services Limited. I do basically agency, insurance agency. Yes, that's what I'm doing. And what else am I supposed to say? Otherwise, that's all. Sorry? I'm based at Ongata Rongai, where I also live. That's where I'm based. I insure any kind of insurance. Yes.
Apparently I'm a latecomer. I'm not a latecomer the way TT will understand that, but I came here late. Yeah, now, where are we starting? M-Pesa number. Right, my name is Mongi Karanja. I think we joined here with one or two guys around who are still here. TT was one of them in 75, left in 78. Then what happened? Then I went and did my A-levels elsewhere. Became an accountant, loss adjuster, all sorts of strange things. At one point in time when my children were at that level of beginning to understand the value of education, around the turn of the century, or midway after the turn of the century, I went back to university and did law. Then I got tired of being called an accountant and things like that, so I went into farming. I am currently a farmer. I farm pigs. Don't laugh. Those in marketing around here will actually tell you that the biggest market for pork, Kenyan pork, is the Middle East.
Huh?
Yes.
Really?
It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. And then kidogo I do transportation, long distance trucking. And that is it. There's nothing more to know about me. Only that I think I might. The only person who can outdo me on this one is that head boy, Charlie, because I know he's got more grandchildren than me.
Stephen, any grandchildren?
Asanteni.
Hamjambo ndugu zanguni, na mko sawa? Si tumejienjoy leo? It's been a lovely afternoon. I think this is really good, and we want to keep this up. And I can go on and on, but let me introduce myself. Mimi naitwa Charles Mathenge. Nilikuwa Upperhill from 1975 to 78. Tukatoka huko A level, tukaenda ADD Nairobi University, tukafanya design huko. I always had a script for fine art, as was being commented in the group sometime. Some paintings of mine were removed from the school not many years back because they've been there for a long time.
It changed, it black. I went there, my son was there.
Yeah.
Go to the suit.
Okay.
These guys who are there from 92, they can tell you if they
Okay,
so
okay.
that.
Nafikiri ilikuwa imekaa muda mrefu.
Sana.
Wangeniita ni refresh. Lakini it's okay. Na sasa nimeretire. Wacha niruke kidogo eh. Sasa nimeretire and I want to revive my fine art. Because it's something that I loved to do. And I think I'm going to do it. But anyway, nilitoka university, nikafanya kazi in an agency, advertising agency. Ilikuwa inaitwa Rich Davidson and Company. Ilikuwa Comcraft House. Owned by a mzungu called Rich Davidson. Those early years. Haile Selassie Avenue, exactly. Comcraft House. Nikatoka huko, nikaingia Ministry of Labor. Kulikuwa na opportunity under the Textile Training Institute. Nikaingia huko nikafanya a bit of teaching and a bit of design. Kulikuwa na dark room huko tunafanya photography and teaching aids especially. Kutoka hapo ndio nafasi ikatokea kwa Kenya Power. Nikaenda huko tukafanya interview watu wengi, nikakuwa mimi ndio nilikuwa on top, nikajoin KPLC na tukafanya kazi huko for many years. Kama vile Majimbo amesema, tulikuwa na yeye na wengine, and it's so nice that we meet again here. Majimbo, I appreciate that so much. Halafu ndio miaka ilipopita, miaka kadhaa imepita, tukakuwa ni kama tuko pushed out of Kenya Power, yani tukatoka Kenya Power. Sitafafanua zaidi hapo. Tukatoka Kenya Power, lakini kwangu ilikuwa ni kama majibu ya maombi, sababu nilikuwa tayari nimeanza kampuni. Okay, so I actually left employment into my own office. I already had an office that was running, and my business is a business of branding. Kama mnajua branding, it is the way you look, the image of you as a person, the image of your business, how it is represented. That is actually what I do. So kukiwa na biashara, saa zingine mnataka vile inafanana, tunatengeneza zile maprint kubwa kubwa, tunafanya ma designs zile zinatakikana. So it's still affiliated with my interest in art. So that is what I do, and I continue to do. And my company is called Detail Masters Limited. Kaona hiyo jina uikumbuke. Na as always tunatafuta nafasi ya kuona where to expand, what opportunities there are. Kijana wangu, my son, ameingia sasa kwa biashara yangu, na sasa amekuwa ni kama yeye ndio chief designer. Kwa hivyo anakazana na mambo ya design, mimi nampa guidance. Nilikuwa sana mjini city center for many years, kwa nalipa rent mazee hapa juu, lakini hii mambo ilipotokea these few years where there was all these hardships, I had to think again. Na nikaona kumbe I've always had this space in my compound where I stay. I live in Kasarani, Thika Road. Nikaenda hapo, all I needed to do was put 4 walls, 1 wall, 2 walls, 3 walls. In fact, the 4th was already there. Nikaeka roof, nikaingia kwa ofisi yangu. So now 10 steps I'm in the office. Hakuna mambo ya kuchukua ati kuingia Thika Road traffic jam. I'm telling you. Na petroli vile imepanda. Si unajua? And it can be a bit discouraging when you're on the driving seat. Please be encouraged when you're doing what you're doing. Be encouraged as you gather us together, and those who lead us and who prove that talent, eloquence and good gathering of us together and and music and dancing. All these things are ours. Tufuate baraka tuweze kuendelea mbele. Ama namna gani? Asanteni sana, asanteni sana.
So you match 75 to 78.
You are contemporary.
Upperhill at the Alumni Cough.
Oh, really?
Yes, I represented you.
Okay.
And I was actually looking for the guy who won the last tournament. But he had played earlier. He's an old man. By the time he finished, I was still playing. So he left before I left the course. The point is, I want you guys to support that course. They're actually taking me in as one of the directors to organize the golf. I need your support.
You have
Just moral support.
You have
Yes.
How do we do it? You want us to shout or?
You have to be a golfer or become one.
I don't even know how to play even a thing.
We'll teach you. I want us to make a golf team out of it.
Yeah, that's good.
It doesn't take much. You don't need to be a professional.
To go into PGA or what?
No, forget PGA.
Ken, count me in.
Okay.
Which club?
Whoever wants to start, let's do it.
Which club should we start with?
Njao and Kangede.
Okay.
Where?
Yeah.
Which club should we start with?
By the
So
way,
that we can join ourselves.
We don't need to join any club.
You don't need a club. You don't need to join a club.
Yeah.
We'll start just golf park here at it's the best place. Where? On Bongo. Yeah.
How much do you pay?
No, you don't need to join to pay any amount.
Lastly, all your businesses, we will open a database and start from there.
I mean, use Kiala for me.
Okay.
Good. Use Kiala for me.
Put a link and then.
And now I want my I want my No. I want design.
Piga hii.